name is Coach Z, aka the VEGOD. I'm an ex-military vegan bodybuilder and lifestyle coach, and I am on a mission to create 1 million VEGODs and VEGODesses. Now, what does that mean? Simply put, it means that I want to help 1 million vegans and vegan curious people step into the lifestyle and body of their dream. How do I plan to do that? I've developed a 24-week program designed specifically to help vegans and vegan curious people burn fat, build muscle, and build the identity that allows them to sustain their results for a lifetime. This program is more than a training plan, more than a meal plan, and more than a habit list. It's a full fitness and lifestyle remodel designed to help you overcome everything standing in between you and your ideal self. Now, if that sounds interesting to you, stick around. I got something to show you. Come on. What's going on? I'd like to speak to the scrawny and skinny fat vegans and vegan curious folks. This is for you. I know y'all struggles, man, because I've been there. So I have developed the VEGOD transformation strategy, right, as alluded to in the intro, to help scrawny and skinny fat vegans and vegan curious lose 10% of your body fat and build lean muscle and keep it forever in 180 days or less without yo-yo dieting, spending endless hours in the gym, or sacrificing delicious food. How do I plan to do that? Glad you asked. Let's keep going. So, who am I? My name is Zaire the VEGOD Wilson, and I'm going to show you exactly how I managed to transform my life and physique through veganism and strength training. But before I dive into the details, I wanted to show you precisely what I looked like before and after everything I learned. Photo on the left, 130 pounds. Photo on the right, 175 pounds. Just pause on that if you have to. All right, so who's this for? This is for the person that is overwhelmed with analysis paralysis pertaining to vegan fitness, nutrition, recovery, and mindset, because I know it could be a lot, right? If you are someone who's aiming to lose 25 to 40 pounds of unwanted fat, if you're aiming to gain 10 to 15 pounds of lean mass, if you've attempted various lifestyle transformations but always tend to fall back into your old habits, and if you're truly ready to be the greatest version of yourself so that you can be a shining example of what high-performance veganism truly looks like. We're out here to be VEGODs, not just vegans, right? You're not just some V-guy, you're not just some V-gal, you are a VEGOD. I wanted to have that distinction between people that are just kind of flirting with the lifestyle and people that are truly trying to stand above and be exemplary as to what high-performance veganism truly is, right? Because the animals deserve the best spokespersons and examples, right, of the lifestyle as you can possibly have, because no one listens to us otherwise, unfortunately. Who this is not for, right? If you're comfortable with the conventional methods of losing body fat and building muscle, even if none of them have yielded any progress thus far, this transformation is not for you. If you're seeking a quick fix, one-size-fits-all solution without putting in the necessary effort and dedication, this transformation is also not for you. If you're not prepared to dedicate at least 4 to 5 hours per week to gym sessions, this transformation is not for you. If you're looking for simply another generic workout plan that doesn't assess and address your specific strengths and weaknesses, this transformation is not for you. And if you're not ready to consistently show up for yourself and put in the reps necessary to build the body and mind you know you've always wanted, this transformation is also not for you. The truth about getting jacked as a vegan that no one will tell you, you can, in fact, build muscle, lose unwanted fat, and increase strength 100% compassionately with plants, all while eating amazing food and keeping your results forever. The average person, you see, finds this challenging because they often lack the knowledge to source and assemble nutritious, high-protein vegan meals, to fine-tune their workout routines for optimal results in the gym, or to establish a system like the VTS that seamlessly integrates into their lifestyle, minimizing stress while enabling steady progress over time, as opposed to seeking rapid but unsustainable solutions. But don't worry, I'm not gonna let that happen to you. Don't even trip. You see, I'm gonna show you that there's no such thing as I can't build muscle because vegans are just meant to be small, or I don't have time to prioritize my health and fitness, because trust and believe, if you don't prioritize it today, you're gonna prioritize it at some point. You're gonna find the time, or the time's gonna find you. My goal is to help everybody that I can take full control of their health and as much control of their health as possible before things get dire than they need to, right? You don't need to live in the gym. You don't need to do endless cardio sessions, and you don't need to eat nothing but boring salads or possess exceptionally rare genetics to become a VEGOD and transform into the ultimate version of yourself. And if you want to be the person that burns unwanted fat and builds lean muscle while minimizing harm to innocent animals, I'm going to show you exactly how I plan to effectively address the challenges we discussed earlier, structure your transformation to make not reaching your goals nearly impossible, help you integrate healthy habits into your lifestyle so you continue to grow and reach new goals well after your time with me is done, and to help you achieve this without eating like a rabbit, living in the gym, or sacrificing meaningful time with loved ones. And in case you don't know me, here's a quick rundown of my backstory about how I got here. So, I was born in 1998, grew up very nerdy, very unathletic, very thin, very malnourished, right? People typically look at me and think that I was playing sports and running around and all this stuff. No, I even hated PE class. Yeah, I was not an athlete. No interest in being one. I was a gamer. I played my video games, played my guitar, did my thing, stuck to myself, right? But that all kind of changed circa 2019 when I became vegan in an attempt to help my mother battle breast cancer. And I went fully down the rabbit hole and learned the truth behind animal rights and agriculture, right? And from there, I swore to never willfully contribute to that system of oppression and exploitation ever again. I realized that living in alignment with my morals gave me an unfair advantage that very few possess. And I joined the United States Air Force in 2020 to be better equipped to provide for my family. After that, I witnessed my mother unfortunately lose her battle with cancer in 2022, and from there I dedicated my life to helping others take as much control of their health as possible. I trained harder, learned more, and entered my first bodybuilding competition in 2024, and I now aim to help 1 million people become VEGODs and VEGODesses themselves. The VTS is my unique playbook I built through 7 years of my own trial and error by honing in on what creates maximal muscle growth, minimal mental friction, and lasting identity change surrounding strength and fitness training within a vegan lifestyle. And now I've decided to break it all down for you. In the following steps, I'll outline the entire process A to Z of what I did to accomplish these results so you too can use the VTS to burn fat, build muscle, and live in complete alignment in the next 12 to 24 weeks without giving up delicious food, living in the gym every day, or gaining the weight back once you're done with the process. The 4 pillars of VEGODLINESS are, right, training, nutrition, recovery, and mindset. And I will help you master all 4 of these elements to create your VEGOD or VEGODess physique and lifestyle. The objective of the training pillar will be to maximize muscle growth, fat loss, and strength gain. And the approach is a 4-phase training regimen tailored to your goals and skill level. The objective of the nutrition pillar is to optimize plant nutrition intake while still enjoying great tasting foods. The approach will be structured meal plans designed around your goals and plant preferences. The recovery pillar, the objective will be to ensure muscles, fascia, and ligaments recover at an optimal rate to facilitate muscle growth and minimize injury. And the approach will be planned and intentional recovery days that target common joint pain points. The objective of the mindset pillar, right, which is my favorite one, will be to foster the mentality that makes achieving your goals seamless and automatic. And the approach will be guided tactical review of high-performance vegan literature and documentaries, right, as well as self-limiting belief deconstructions. Now, let me break down the strategy behind each of the 4 pillars of VEGODLINESS that ultimately allowed me to achieve the physique, lifestyle, and energy levels of my dreams, step onto my first bodybuilding stage confidently, and amplify my voice when speaking up for animal rights. The training pillar of VEGODLINESS, right, as mentioned before, is a 4-phased approach consisting of the primer, lean bulk, rebound, and calorie burn phases. And it sort of works like this. It's like a bell curve. In the primer phase, right, we're laying down the foundation. And in each of these, the little blurb that I use is a bit of an analogy to building a house, right, building any type of structure. First, you need to lay down the foundation. And in the first 30 days, right, we establish a consistent training baseline that you will then build on top of, right? This is where you're going from your old habits, transitioning into your new ones. The lean bulk phase is when we gather the raw materials and maximize on building lean mass. This is when we're lifting heavy and eating big. The rebound is integrating the materials into a cohesive structure, right? That'll be another 30 days. And the goal will be to optimize energy expenditure in preparation for the cut phase. And then the calorie burn, clear out the debris and apply the finishing touches. That'll be the last 60 days. And the goal will be to maximize unwanted fat burn while minimizing muscle loss. Example of what that looks like. Primer in the lean bulk in the rebound in the calorie burn. 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks. It's a nice little rhythm. It's designed to give you every phase of like a proper bulk and cut, right? Such that even when you're not working with me, you know how to manage these things on your own. I want to give you every tool in my tool belt, right? To make it so not reaching your goals and getting the physique of your dreams is impossible. For each of the 4 phases, the major levers that we're going to manipulate for each of them will be intensity, volume, and cardio session length to coincide with the goal of the current phase. For nutrition, it'll be a similar plan over here, right? So eat like a VEGOD. For the nutrition pillar, you will receive nutrition plan suggestions that fall in line with your current training phase, dynamic meal plan suggestions that align with your plant preferences, meals that are designed to maximize macro and micronutrient intake while remaining packed with flavor, and meals that are meant to adapt to your goals and metabolism. An example of what that looks like, right? The example would be for a 25-year-old male, 215 pounds with poor eating habits. He wants to gain muscle. He has a roughly 2,000 calorie BMR. and he typically eats roughly 1,800 calories. Primer phase will be 4 weeks, just like the training phases. 8 weeks, 4 weeks, then 8 weeks, right? And the major levers that we're going to pull here will basically be your overall calorie intake, your macronutrient split, the number of meals, and your meal timings. And then for the recovery pillar, growth happens during recovery, right? So for the recovery pillar, there will be deliberately planned recovery periods based on your experience and intensity level, guidance on how to prepare the muscles, joints, and ligaments for repeated high performance, and guidance on the mental and physical benefits of optimal recovery on the mind and central nervous system. An example of what that looks like, right? One will be mobility, right? Hip, shoulder, and lower back corrective exercises to strengthen common weak points, dynamic and static stretching routines to maintain flexibility throughout common movement patterns, inflammation mitigation, low temperature self-therapy methods designed to minimize delayed onset muscle soreness and reduce inflammation, high temperature methods designed to cultivate blood flow to muscles, ligaments, and fascia in order to stimulate optimal muscle recovery. Sleep optimization, bedtime routine optimized for your lifestyle and sleep environment, and morning routine strategies for getting the most out of your day before the world wakes up. And then self-myofascial release, aka foam rolling and massage guns, right? Foam roller routines for reduced muscle and joint stiffness and increased blood circulation, promoting tissue repair and faster recovery. And then the mentality pillar. High performance VEGOD mastermind. A mastermind is nothing but two brains working together to achieve one goal. And so within that, there will be monthly discussions going over the highlights of a different piece of vegan literature / documentary, limiting belief deconstruction to navigate the mental pitfalls that are keeping you stuck, and lifestyle tactics that make sticking to your goals automatic and frictionless. Right, an example of what that looks like, literature overviews, documentaries like Game Changers, books like How to Argue with a Meat Eater and Win Every Time, books like The Plant-Based Athlete, documentaries like Dominion, and Earthlings. And I don't expect you to have seen all of these things. These are just a few of my favorite ones, and I'll bring Spark Notes for each of them. I'll just go over the big, heavy-hitting concepts on them such that you have a larger repertoire, right, of ways to just communicate around veganism, speak with omnivores and people that are trying to put down veganism and whatnot, just so that you have a stronger mental backlog of, vegan advocacy, talking points, and arguments. I think that's just a really powerful thing. And for the second part of the mentality pillar, there is meditation practice, which includes 10-minute daily meditation designed to destimulate the central nervous system and heighten focus, right? It's really important that in today's day and age, you have a practice that is designed to regain your attention and bring down your stimulation, because we are being constantly stimulated all day long. This world does not want you to be focused. It doesn't want you to build something for yourself. It really just wants to take your mind wherever it wants to take you. It's always going to be an uphill battle if you're always fighting against the environment all the time, right? If you're always fighting your own mind because you're constantly overstimulated by this world that was not really designed for human minds. And then there's animal ethics discussions. At least once a month, we'll talk about the cattle industry, poultry industry, seafood industry, honey industry, animal testing industry, leather and skin industries, etc. Just like the literature overviews, it's just best to have a good overall understanding of what veganism is truly all about and why you choose to make this your lifestyle and who's really benefiting from you choosing to do this, because it's not about us. It's never been about us. It's always been about the victims. It's always been about doing what's right for the innocent. And if you don't have a solid grasp of these, I don't plan on going into anything graphic, right? But if you don't have a solid grasp on what goes on behind here, it's really easy for people to kind of shake your morale and make you think that maybe what you're doing isn't important when it truly is. And then there's the limiting belief deconstruction. Can vegans really build muscle? Or what will my family and friends think? Or what about my cravings? Or how will I ever eat out? Or how can I truly make a difference? All of these things are questions that I had to go through in my early days of going vegan, and questions that people still ask me to this day, right? And having a solid foundation of how you plan to answer these questions will also make going vegan and staying vegan so much easier. So to recap, the VTS is designed to systematically trim away excess body fat, promote muscle growth, and enhance strength, all while fostering the shift in identity that will help you embody your newfound strength and longevity long after the program ends. This program is the culmination of my almost 7 years of vegan and strength training knowledge, sprinkled with a bit of military tips and tricks, packaged and presented in a way to where anyone who wants to step into their VEGODliness and become the best version of themselves now has a roadmap. And now that you understand exactly how this process works, I have an offer for you. If you're a vegan or vegetarian, plant-based or plant-curious, skinny, fat, or overweight, or tired of living in a body that you hate and are prepared to shed fat and build muscle and eager to build your ultimate physique and lifestyle, I will help you in losing 10 to 15% of your body fat in the next 12 to 24 weeks. You won't have to give up on indulging in great food, spend excessive hours in the gym daily, or worry about regaining the weight or losing progress once you complete the process. And if it doesn't work, I will refund you in full. I have no interest in keeping money that I did not earn. The only reason I even ask for money is because if I don't eat, I can't help anyone. So my final question, right, before we get off this thing, is are you ready to become a VEGOD? If so, I have some links for you down below. But otherwise, thank you so much for your time. Stay safe. Peace.